Frost, I think he has well said this, that half of the world is composed with the people who have something to say but they can't. And the other half is composed with the people who have nothing to say but they keep on saying. And tell me if I'm wrong that 90% of the people fall under the first category. When you have something to say but you can't. The reason behind this is very obvious, is just the lack of effective communication skills. Nowadays, people feel themselves uncomfortable while speaking to some other person just because they don't believe in their communication skills. And believe me, once you develop that communication skills inside yourself, then your interpersonal skills will also develop, and those interpersonal skills will make you reach to the heights of glory in your life. So that's why I came up with this video as how you can develop your communication skills. So firstly, I would like to break a myth among the people who believe that having good communication skills means having a proper knowledge of English language. I strongly disagree with this notion, because communication is an art, it's a skill, while English is just a language. Your communication could be pathetic despite having the knowledge of English language. Yeah, it's happening. What do you think that the people who are living in abroad, the people who are in USA who are very fluent in English, do all of them are good communicators? No, not at all. Because communication is not just, speaking one particular language non-stop like a parrot. It's the whole frame of a skill where you have to express yourself, where you have to know the ability to express yourself, express your thoughts, your views, and all these things. Right? So if you want to develop this communication skills inside yourself, you have to work for it. Because it's well said that communication always works for those who work at it. It's a skill. If you are going to develop a skill inside yourself, you need to practice it. Every skill requires a practice. You need to be first indulge yourself in communicating with the other people, then only you can develop this skill in yourself. You have to work on the certain areas. Like, for example, yesterday I figured out that what are the areas where we have to work in order to develop and get an effective communication skills. And the results I found were the 3 C's of the communication skills where you have to work. The first C is the confidence. You have to develop a confidence in yourself in order to get an effective communication skills. Right? And your confidence always reflects from your body language. It's well said that communication is 80% of the body language and just 20% of the speaking part. So you need to work on your body language in order to improve your communication skills. The first thing in the body language is having a proper and a positive smile on your face while you meet with the people, because it creates a positive impact of yours in the mind of other people. So always have a positive smile whenever you meet with the other person. And the second thing, if you greet the other person by doing handshake, then that handshake should not be too loose or too tight. It should be firm, because it's also a part of communication skills. Right? And the third thing is always have a proper eye contact with the person you are speaking. Never look downside when you are speaking to somebody, because it shows that you are not confident in the conversation and you are not interested with the talks of the other person. Right? So always have a proper eye contact with the person you are talking. And the another thing is that when you are sitting and talking with the other person, your body posture should be straight. You should not be in a slouching position, because that is also a part of confidence and hence the communication skills. And the last thing is about body language is always lean to the other person. It shows that you are interested in his conversation, right? So first C, the confidence, and the second C is the clarity. While you're communicating with the other person, your voice tonality should be moderate. Your voice should not be too high. Your voice should not be too low. It should be moderate. Your voice tonality matters. Second thing, in the clarity, your pronunciation. Always work on improving your pronunciations. Make your conversation more clear and accurate. Right? And the third thing is always have a pause, while speaking to somebody else. Right? Because when you have pause in your sentences, it creates an impact on your sentence and hence improve the clarity of your statement. So the third C, the last but not the least, is the content. Always work on improving your content. Content here means that you should be always relevant to the topic of discussion. Never talk irrelevant. Meanwhile, when you are talking with somebody else, right? You should be relevant with your talk. Improve your content. And to improve your content, you have to read as many books as you can. You have to listen before you speak. It's well said that improve your argument. Don't raise your voice. In order to improve your argument, you need to know the ability of responding. Never react to somebody. Right? Always try to respond, because whenever you respond to somebody, you get the time to analyze that what you are going to speak, and that's how your content improves. Right? So these 3 C's, you have to work on it. The first C is the confidence, the second C, clarity, and the third C is the content. If all of these 3 C's mix all together, then it will definitely lead you to have an effective communication skills. Right? So in the last, I just want to make you realize that communication cannot be developed overnight. It needs practice. It needs time, because good thing always takes times. You need to first indulge yourself. And I just want to suggest you people that always start conversating in the language in which you are comfortable. Right? Because language is not a barrier in front of communication skills. You can start communication in any of the language. And my suggestion to you is just start speaking with your mother tongue. Most of the people feel ashamed in speaking to their mother tongue language. It should not be like this. Because your mother tongue, if you communicate well in your mother tongue, then only you can communicate in any of the foreign language. In English. Right? So always try to communicate well in your mother tongue and then shift your comfort zone towards the higher language. It doesn't mean that if you take pride in speaking to your mother tongue, that it means that you never try to learn the English language. Right? You have to learn the English language side by, but you need to communicate first in your mother tongue. Right? Always take pride in speaking to your mother tongue. And in the last, I just want to say that once you develop this communication skill inside yourself, then definitely you will be a completely changed person. Because the person who can communicate well, he gets lot of appreciation, he gets lots of opportunities in his life. So I hope that this video has inspired you to develop this communication skill inside yourself, and thanks for watching. Thank you.